And we're live. I'm here with Tommy Brunning. Thank you so much for joining me, Tommy.
Anytime, anytime.
Massive fight coming up for you this weekend. Cage Warriors London. You're 1-0 as a pro. This is
Yep.
obviously your second fight on Cage Warriors. Talk to me about the fight. It's against Gheorghe Grozav. He's also 1-0, comes from a really good gym, Houlihan MMA in Ireland. What do you know about him and how do you see the matchup?
Not a lot really. Again, Cage Warriors, they're always putting on good matchups in those. It's always the
Yeah.
best at the end of the day, and obviously that's what you want to do to test yourself. You don't want to be fighting no bums. So what I know about him, which is obviously not a lot, is yeah, as you said, he's 1-0. He's got an all right amateur record, but
Yeah.
just one of them ones really. It's just another person, and it's just it's just a knockdown, and then on my way to greatness. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's I hope he brings his A game because obviously I'll be bringing mine, and I think when you fight someone who's on it as well, you shine. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, when you fight somebody who's been fighting in like he's fighting out of Ireland and he's fought on Cage Legacy and kind of different shows, you don't always know the opponents that they face. Like records are very deceiving or can be deceiving. It's hard to know, isn't it? Do you know anything about his style? Do you watch footage of other fighters or do you just go
I,
in with your own game plan?
I always say I think like obviously MMA is a very lonely sport in regards to like when you're in there, you're sort of relying on yourself, but it's a team. It's all about your team you got around you. And personally, me, I don't watch a lot of people's fights because how I see it, especially like this early on in my career, I'm a completely different fighter than my last fight. Do you know what I mean?
So true, yeah.
My whole, not I wouldn't say my whole style has changed, but I mean like I've developed so much as a fighter. Whereas if you start looking more into how people fight and how they are, you could go in there trying to with this whole game plan and it goes out the window for
Yeah.
seconds. You know what I mean? So for me, I like to adapt. I like to again. He might come with a completely different game plan himself. So I like to adapt when I'm in there. I like to sort of change it up, and then obviously just if I'm feeling it, depends where it goes in it. Like for
Yeah.
myself, I can fight on the ground. I can fight on the feet. I can fight anywhere. So again, depending on how I'm feeling, if I want to take it to the ground, if I want to keep it up, that's exactly what I do. I'll fight my fight, and then I'll make him fight my fight as well.
I think that's why it's like you say, people can change a lot from fight to fight. And yeah, just it is, especially if you can get opponent changes and stuff like that last minute, it
Yeah.
can be dangerous to have visualized it going one way too much, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I've got my team. They do like the research on it and stuff like that. Come up with like a brief game plan of what I'm going to do. The sort of ideas if this happens, if this happens. You know what I mean? You can't go in there with just one game plan. You've got to go in there with multiple game plans in case obviously things change. So for me, it's just more adapting when I'm in there, being ready as I am. So yeah, it's just more the fact that getting in there, adapting, knowing like a brief outline of what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are, and obviously
Yeah.
just on it.
Is that something you pride yourself on as well? I remember from your Cage Warriors Academy days that you're very good at reading a fight when you're in it and kind of adapting.
Yeah, of course. Because like I said, everyone can change. Even on the day, you can change. You can all of a sudden, and especially when you're getting hit with shots, you might be the best stand-up fighter, and you get hit with a couple of shots, and you want to become a grappler at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like, it happens to people. So again, you just got to adapt when you're in there, and when you do adapt, that's how you win fights.
Yeah. And let's talk about your last fight briefly, because I couldn't believe when I spoke to you straight after the fight that you had any criticism for yourself because it went so well. It was a first round TKO. Like, what a way to start your pro career. But you were quite hard on yourself.
No, I feel I'm a perfectionist at the end of the day. That's the problem. Like, and this is the other thing as well. You go in there with a game plan of what you're going to do, and it goes differently. And you know, I think I could have done a little bit better. I could have done a little bit better, but that's a good thing. But obviously, it's a bad thing at the same time because obviously I end up driving myself insane. But it's just made me for this. It's made me even work even harder. And I mean, the most unbelievable condition I've ever been in. I mean, my nutrition is absolutely on point. My strength and condition is on point. Yeah, I feel unbelievable. So I'm ready to get in there and show again for me another completely different Tommy. Do you know what I mean? To
Yeah.
that to see. So that's the thing. Like you have a game plan for someone, and then all of a sudden they come in something completely different. So that's what people are going to see with me. So like I said, it was good performance, but I just want to show people big things are going. Do you know what I mean? I want to show people what I'm about, and then obviously I'm a feared opponent. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, 100%. I think you are after that, and I think you did prove that in that fight. But if you want to be a perfectionist and make it even better next time, then who am I to complain?
No, exactly.
You said there about your strength and conditioning being on point and your nutrition being on point. You were already such a professional, really, and living as a professional. What have you done to make those even more on point, or even better for this camp?
Again, it's all the 1% really. Like with my conditioning coach Joe Nagy, like the first fight I had, we sort of done a half a camp because I joined him quite late. This one we've had a full off season, we've had a full camp together. So again, I'm ridiculously strong. I've all my metrics and all my calculations that he's done, and all my metrics on systems are through the roof. I'm getting 15 to 20% increases on my strength in certain areas and everything. And then obviously my nutrition, I was always good with nutrition, but then I've got a new nutrition now, Charlie Mitten. Again, great guy, absolutely dialed in on the nutrition. And now the weight cut's going even better. Like we're even ahead of schedule. So like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Everything, every point I've been at, I've hit the markers or I've exceeded them. So like I said, it's good to sort of take the stress away from myself a little bit and just give it to some professionals and just say, look,
Yeah.
and again, that's the same thing. It's surrounding yourself with a team and giving it to the right people who you know you can trust, and developing as a fighter like that. So you can just focus on your game rather than have to focus on all these other aspects. You know what I mean? So I just turn up,
Oh,
batter a couple of people, and that's what, and then I go
Oh,
home.
100%. Fighters want to fight, right? And having the
Yeah,
right team around you is so important, whether that's coaches who are advising you on whether or not to take a certain fight or opponent or what have you, whether that's like nutrition or S&C. Like, it's amazing you found these people so early in your career that you feel you can like really lean on and trust.
yeah, exactly. Like I said, my team, my MMA team, like for Dan Bazzotta, Stav, Water, folks like that, obviously my teammates as well. Like always been a point listening to my coach, like Dan, everything, like all the game plans, all that. So that's always been like top of the game. But obviously now I've got to try and increase all the other aspects of my game as well. So again, it's all the 1% at the end of the day.
And you spoke about your team there. I wanted to speak about Cameron Stewart, who followed in your footsteps this
Yeah,
weekend and became the champ at Cage
yeah,
Warriors Academy Southeast. He fought at 170, which I mean, didn't think he was the hugest lightweight, so I
yeah,
was really surprised with him going up to 170. But oh my God, his opponent was really big,
yeah.
and yet he finished him. A guy who'd never been finished. He's got power in those hands, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, big up to Cammy. Like, John is my boy. Like, we're going to the top together. So, I reckon the next sort of few months, we'll see people seeing us on the same shows and everything. So, yeah. So again, he's topped off his career. Same thing with me. There's nothing else for him to do. The guy I thought was that he looked good. Like, he had some good hands
Oh
on him,
yeah,
boxer and everything. A big guy. But the thing is, like with Cammy, like Cammy gets some good exchanges with him as well. But once Cammy
yeah,
gets and especially like he gets that top mount, trust me, I've dealt with that a lot of times. A lot of the times in the gym, once he gets that top mount, it's like a vice. His legs are so strong; it's very hard to get out of. And as well, same thing. Me and Cammy are following the same nutritionist, the same strength conditioning coach, the same coaches in the gym. So we're both coming up together, and we're pushing each other in the gym so much. It's like you said on your interview and you had the other day, it was if one of us is slacking, the other one knows about it. So we're both
yeah,
keeping each other on point, which is great. And the thing is, obviously, with Cammy as well, he's determined, and now normally the weight he was normally walking around at,
yeah,
the weight he is now, he just looks stacked and solid. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
yeah,
before he was more out of camp again, like every fighter, you're eating all that sort of stuff. But in this one, he just like at 84 kilo, he looked absolutely ripped. You can still see everything in his neck and everything. And
yeah.
when he goes back to down to 70, now he's had that strength and he's had that sort of power in him. He's going to be an absolute force to deal with. So
I
I'm looking
totally agree.
forward to the training sessions with him. Then we're going to be going out for a few rounds and everything, so it's going to be fun. But That's the thing with us boys in TSG. It's team shore grip. We're strong. We're strong boys. We might not look it sometimes, but you get in there with us. You'll feel that strength. You feel that vice.
No, I can see even from your last fight to this fight, and same with Cameron, although he's gone up in weight, like your body composition, like it's amazing that you can physically change that much from
Yeah,
camp to camp.
yeah, and that's the mad thing. It's only been one camp, and we're both in completely different shapes. You know what I mean? You'll see me after my weigh-in, and especially in the weigh-in, and obviously when I come in on that day, I'm going to be a different animal. You know what I mean? I'm no way I'm going to be looking like a bantamweight, which is the mad thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's good. And like I said, we're only early in our career, so it's only onwards and upwards at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, I'm buzzing for him. I didn't really feel like he had anything left to prove at amateur anyway, but
Yeah,
what a way to cap it off, like
yeah,
weight
exactly.
class above,
I think
finishing guys.
yeah, he was sort of in stalemate at waiting to go pro and everything, and
Yeah,
he thought, do you know what, might as well just go in there and get a double champ belt. And like I said, it's even better. So he's topped off his career. He's challenged himself as well. He's dared to be great, and he's
yeah.
got, again, that's just more experience, more rounds in the tank, and again more experience when he gets in the professional cage.
Yeah, and it's got to be a string to his bow mentally as well to test himself like that. So the next not to get ahead of this London card, but the next Cage Warriors London card is in November. How good would it be to see both of you on the same card? That's what I'm really hoping for.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. We'll be showing up in full. Sorry about that.
And it proves that pathway from Cage Warriors Academy Southeast as well, which I always think is just the best amateur show.
Yeah,
The level of guys you've got fighting on that and girls.
yeah, 100%. I think as we spoke about before, Jack don't mess about on there. He has the best feed the best. Like you see, even the boys from Southend are all killing it at the moment. You got Jacob defend his title on the weekend. You had
What
Mason.
a fight that was.
Exactly that.
Unreal.
Mason win his belt. So we've got some good fighters coming out of Southend, and we're all training together. Do you know what I mean? We're all coming up together. We're all basically on the same sort of path at the moment. So we're all like sort of towards the end of the amateur career, start of pro career. So all young, hungry lads ready to put Southend on the map, really. So yeah, we've got some big things in place, and it's good to all bounce off each other and develop as a team.
Yeah, it's really exciting time to be a fan as well and someone covering the sport and interviewing you guys. Like it makes me so happy and just you can tell from Saturday night show how far some of the people competing are going to go, and you're proving that you're living it now. You're 1-0 on Cage Warriors, about to go 2-0 on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like I said, we had an influx of pro fighters come out of Southend a few years ago, and now we've got like another influx. I mean, it's good. It's good to be around everyone because again, everyone's pushing each other, and I'm hopefully leading the way, showing the boys. You know what I mean, we can do it. And Saturday night ain't gonna change. It's gonna be just another string to the bow and another wheel in motion.
Super, super excited for that. One question I had for you, which is a little different. We've spoken in every interview we've done. You've spoken about God and your religion. I wondered if you wanted to talk about that, like if that's been part of your life since you were born, or if it's something new, or like where that's come from.
Yeah, to be fair, I only found God last year. And since then, my whole life has changed. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the biggest inspiration I've ever had in my life. At the end of the day, and since I've done it, again, like I say, my whole life has changed. I've been on a path to trying to prove myself, like to the Lord and everything. I've got a bit of more responsibility and trying to become the person He's put me on this earth to be, and that's in all aspects of life, not just
Yeah.
my training. This is me trying to be a role model to even kids out there or to my family and a better partner to my missus and a better son and a better brother and a better business partner and all this sort of stuff. So there's nothing I can say that's bad. It's just absolutely skyrocketing my life at the end of the day. And
Was there anything specific that made you turn to
a
God?
lot of people talk about they have this moment in life where they have
Yeah.
I never had that. I just had like a wanting. I felt like I was missing something in my life. I felt like a big hole. I was always trying to fill it. You know what I mean? Like obviously being a young man and all that sort of stuff. And but yeah, I mean, I've never had it in the pieces like I have now. It's filled a hole, and I think it's this old saying: everyone's got a God-shaped hole in their heart that they're trying to fill. So you can either fill it with God or you fill it with other things. So at the end of the day, I'm lucky enough to find him, and I feel like with especially in the gym and the surroundings, we've got the gym. Like my coach Dan is my godfather. So again, when I'm training with him, we're talking a lot spiritually and mentally. A lot of the boys in the gym as well, they all sort of come around to it. Again, my missus, we both got baptized not long ago.
Well, yeah, that was straight after your last fight, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So again, we was going to church school together, and even like everything we're doing together, like with our clothing business and stuff like that, that's going through the roof. So again, there's nothing I could say that's bad about it. It's just changed my life. So anyone out there who's struggling and they feel like they're missing something, find the Lord. That's all I can say.
And did you just start going to a church, or was there somebody in your life who kind of, you
Yeah,
know?
like I said, my coach Dan is follows my faith as well. My brother, mainly my brother, really. Again, my brother's been sort of a big role model in all my life. He sort of paved the way for me. I made the mistakes that I didn't have to make. And same thing, I got into fighting really because my brother really liked it. And obviously I thought, well, I'll give it a go and try it. And then obviously I've gone on, he had a couple of fights himself. And then the same thing with, it saved his life when he found God. My brother, he was going for a really bad time, and then it saved his life. And now he's got 3 beautiful kids, lovely ass, lovely missus, and he's cracking on as well. So I started going to church with him. I said I wanted to get into it, started going to church with him, and then I spoke to my coach, and his dad's a minister in one of the churches near us. And then I spoke to his dad, Salvatore, a lovely man, introduced me to the into the priest. Spoke to him, and then ever since then started going every week. And then again, I don't think I've missed one Sunday yet.
Wow, that's amazing. Especially with all the training that you're doing as well, to make no excuses for that. I love it.
I'll be going this Sunday. You know what I mean? I'll be going this Sunday. I'll be going this Friday just before the fight, and I'll be going this Sunday as well. Because for me, is that especially mass is the most important time of the week. It's an hour for me to go there and be appreciative and say thank you for everything I've been bestowed upon in this week coming up, and obviously the week ahead of me. So again, so whatever happens, no matter what, I've always got God by my side, and if it's meant to happen, Isaiah chapter 40 verse 22 at the right time, chapter 60 verse 22 at the right time, I the Lord make it happen. So there's loads of things happening in your life. You know what I mean? I was injured like years ago, like, and I thought, oh, what's going to happen here? And then obviously something comes up, and then all of a sudden I'm fighting 2 weeks out from a title fight for Cage Warriors Academy, and my career's just gone like this now. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
crazy things happen. So like I said, I just got to put my faith in the Lord, and whatever happens is His will.
Oh, thank you for talking about that. I really appreciate you sharing.
Anytime. I love to talk about my faith.
So let's go back to this Saturday. I take it, I think there's still tickets available because I'm sure Cage Warriors are still advertising. So I think you've got a ticket link that people can buy through you.
Yep, we've got a ticket link. If we can share it afterwards, that'd be great.
Yeah, let's share it. Let's put it in the comments of the interview on Facebook, and we'll put it everywhere. Have you got a big crowd coming? You usually
Yeah,
do.
I've got a big crowd coming, so looking forward to it. Like I said, it's always turn up with big things, so got to be showing people what I'm about and putting on a big show. So I've got no doubt in my mind. Like I said, I'm in the most unbelievable shape I've ever been in. So yeah, it's just going to be showing people big things are going.
Of course, and the first prize fighter tournament is on next Saturday as well. You must have your eye on that. They're like all future
Yeah,
opponents,
I've
right?
just missed out on that one. I feel like it's a little bit early in my career. Like I said,
Yeah.
got to challenge yourself, but you've got to be smart at the same time. But yeah, look, all the boys in that bantamweight prize fight look to be all bangers. So I'm looking forward to watching that afterwards as well. And then obviously but showing people the levels I'm at as well, and showing people where, you know what I mean, I'm not that far off of that of being in that. So hopefully it swings
Yeah.
it comes around, and I'll be here to take part in the next one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating, and for you, it would be really good to have. I know you don't study footage, but it's always interesting to see guys in your division
Yeah,
fight and see who you could be up against. Because I think Cage Warriors do a really good job of like selling storylines and getting us invested in the fighters and stuff. So
yeah, they're the
that
biggest promotion in Europe at the end of the day, and that's for a reason. You know what I mean? They put on absolute bangers of shows. All the people on the roster are unbelievable. Like all the fighters, you know what I mean? We're all striving for the same thing. So
yeah.
everyone's fighting for the life at the end of the day. And again, I don't think anyone's ducking anyone. It's the best fight the best, and whoever comes out on top.
I'm so excited. Have you got any final words on for your opponent or for any words for your sponsors, anything like that? Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to obviously shout out my sponsors. Obviously, KBH, a big sponsor for me. They've helped me out a lot over the sort of past few months and my few camps, which is a big one. And obviously, all my other sponsors as well: Brunning Building, Move London, Centrepoint, Kimura. So all of them sponsors. And there's only one thing to say: big things are going. Returning on July 20th. Going to be putting on a show people I'm about.
O2 Indigo, there's still tickets available. We'll share Tommy's link. Make sure you get down there to support him. It's not far from Southend. It's an easy train ride. The trains are running.
Yeah, the football's not any on anymore. The football's done, unfortunately. That's but
Less said about that, the better.
yeah, let's drown your sorrows at the O2 and come watch some good fights.
Yeah, come and watch some people who never let you down.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
I can't wait to see you on Saturday, Tommy. I'm really, really excited. It's going to be an absolute banger, I'm sure. You're never in a boring fight, and I'm just really excited for the whole card, but this one in particular, I'm just buzzing for.
Katie, thank you again for having me on. Absolutely brilliant as usual. And yeah, looking forward to seeing Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have another chat after. Thanks so much.
See you
Take
later. Thank
care.
you very much.